On the beach.
Beach. Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Okay, does anybody want to do I gotta turn you down a little bit because your cell phone's loud. Anybody want to do a recap for Heroic Inspiration? You don't have to if you don't want to. I remember what happened.
I did so much singing. And I didn't help. I just threw rocks at other bigger rocks that were colorful. And then we lost shadowing.
Nope.
And then
we did.
We didn't lose shadowing?
We did. Never mind. Yeah.
And then
I was like,
think
no,
Pidgey
that
almost died
was
again.
Talavar. And it's like, oh no, we lost 2 fairy dragons. Pidgey
think
got
Pidgey
down to
almost
like
died
her
again.
final hit point and had to like swim
And
to
then
a
Cat
rock.
came to save the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then Juniper made sure everything was okay.
Cat came and ruined everything by healing everybody and making sure that we didn't get any players killed. I was like, Shiverwing's drowning in the bottom of this lake. Bug's got a hit point left. She's coughing up blood. This is going perfectly.
And the big bad tried to go, like, give up and surrender a bunch of times. But Shiverwing didn't hit him. Kept down. And then I thought he just kept asking questions when she shouldn't have asked questions because we met Moose Snake and the DM wanted to leave Violet with Moose Snake, but we just gave him a chocolate frog.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And I thought about it and I was like, I think that was a clever enough because I wanted you to make a choice, right, between yourselves. And I hadn't considered familiars. And I would have never thought to offer the chocolate frog. And then when you did, I was like, that makes sense. I think that's acceptable. I think that beats the puzzle of whatever this is, right? Alright. We'll add Heroic Inspiration to your sheet.
Do I have it? No, I think I gave it away.
Should I click the long rest button?
Not yet, because we got things we got to do before we can long rest. That's why I named the episode this way that I did, for reasons. Okay.
What's the name of the episode? Is that ominous? I don't know.
One long rest later. I wanted it to be ominous, but anyway. Where do you guys want to sleep? I mean, right now, currently, you're on the rocks that play xylophone notes when you step on them. There is a cabin on a hill, in the middle of the lake that the moose snake guy, the watcher, the keeper, he lives in a cavern underneath that. Some people had voiced opinions that they didn't want to sleep here. Juniper got upset and went to a horse pickup. She's way down here. And I guess she'll probably be checked out for this session.
Of course I can. I'm perfect.
She was pretty frustrated with all the stuff that was happening, and then like everybody in the Feywild needing something in exchange for anything they give you. Like nothing's free. Everything comes at a price.
I mean, we could just camp here on the open, unless it's raining.
You definitely can. It's not raining. It's actually really pristine here. It's got very clear waters. This is like the nicest place that you've come by so far, except maybe like the top of Telemy Hill. But everything else has been like really, it's a big swamp. Like 90% of the region's just swamp.
Can I summon my servant to like make us a little shelter on the beach?
There's a perfectly good shelter on the rock in the middle of the lake. You don't want to use that?
No, Juniper, her Rothschild's mad at us. We're mad at everything. Let's just go to her, because Life seems stressful for her. So this isn't Violet speaking. Well, yeah, it is. She just wants to sleep.
Oh, we want to go down here?
Is that what you guys want to do? I'm fine with any of it. Just set up like
How
a
much-
little.
How much extra space is there? Since we can only see inside the cave right now, like, how much extra space is there on the rock where the shelter is? Does it take up like the entirety of it, or can we kind of like
Let me
nestle under it?
I have my. I think if I did this right, I can change this and send it to the back. It'll pop up. Did that work?
Yep.
So underneath, there's no ground underneath. It's just all water underneath, and that's where the Watcher, Cerestus, sleeps. Up top, I mean, what is this? It's like almost 15 feet wide. It's more than 10, and then about 20 long. It is kind of crickety though. We have lakeside campfire and hermit hut. So that's an option. Maya was saying there's a lot of like flat ground in at the bottom kind of corner where the creek was feeding into the lake. That could also work if you guys like. What tools do you have? Do you have sleeping bags? Do you have like tents and stuff?
Let me look.
Shimmerwing has a sleeping bag. And that's in Bug's bag.
Just looking at camp supplies, the fish that Upgunk had can supply 3 rations. We need to deduct our rations for the day if we're gonna do a long rest. And I have that information ready. Just for Hiccup alone, he takes 10 rations a day. And then it's 1 ration per medium player and 0.25 for tiny creatures and 0.5 for red player.
Do not take a bunch of carrots from a place. Are they gone now?
Yeah, those carrots are gone.
I'll just make my servant go get us more food too.
Like check your inventories, check your character sheets, be like, how many rations do I have? Specifically, we need to feed Hiccup. We gotta have some, and you could do foraging if you're like, all right, let me find food for this horse. Like,
Bug's got enough rations to feed Hiccup.
I have 7, so I could give a couple to feed to the horse too.
And Bug's got 10. She got enough.
Foraging though, let's see, that is survival. I could
Yes.
get at that. I could try that.
okay, do you have proficiency with survival?
Let's see.
I
What
don't
is
think
that?
I ever imported.
Yes, I do.
I don't think it ever gave me rations. Now I'm looking at it.
We should have started with at least 10, so I'd say we've had like 2 long rests, so you'd be at 8. Plus, but no, because one of those long rests we had a bunch of carrots. I remember that. And Juniper's done some survival stuff, so you just add 10, and we'll just deduct from there.
Oh yeah, because we did good berries that one day.
Yeah. Shimmerwing takes. I got it wrote down. Shimmerwing takes 2 rations a day because of the pocket watch, whereas normally he would be a quarter of a ration. Bug and Maya do half rations. Violet and Mildew do 1 ration a day, and then again pick up his 10 rations. If you do have proficiency in survival, I'll give you advantage on your foraging check.
Alright, how do I do that?
Just roll it.
Roll survival?
Survival.
Okay.
Yeah. It is this region specifically, the hither. Oh, fucking terrible. That was with advantage? Nope, you still get to roll 1 more.
Oh, okay.
because that was a natural one, and you would have just poisoned your whole party. And the ranger who knows how to detect poison, food and water, is not here today. 14 barely misses. It takes about an hour of like just searching and looking for any kind of like food and water. You have a source of fresh water, like you have that, but it's the food that you can't find on a 14. You needed a 15
Okay.
to have some kind of success. Other people can also try, but this is what Maya's spending her time doing. Did we decide where we want the camp to be? Do you want it to be in this very cool looking cottage here that totally nothing's wrong with? Do we want to make
Well,
camp on the beach?
I think Shimmer's gonna be spending the hour to resummon Shadow as a
It takes
ritual.
an hour? Oh, ritual spell. Okay. That makes sense. That can count as part of like we could do short rest too if you guys would rather.
I think I need a long one. To
Well, I mean, this was just while Maya was out looking for food, so
Yeah, that would fulfill that. Okay. I do need to know specifically where we're camping though.
I think Shimmer, as tiny as they are, would not necessarily mind a rickety old shack, just because they're tiny.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we can't bring Hiccup into the shack,
No.
or really up to the shack.
It's a rock climb to get up there.
Yeah. So Maya would probably prefer to stay with the horse, but she'll go with whatever everyone else wants. Sushi.
What about Bug? What is Bug wanting to do?
Well, Bug will feed Hiccup. Firstly, but yeah, it's Bug. I mean, she'd want to check out the shack,
Okay.
so she'll probably go there after feeding Hiccup.
The hut doesn't have any ladders to reach the top. So it is a little bit of a climb. Just make a small athletics check. You just have to get a 5.
Okay,
It's like it's
Just
such a low
gonna-
roll. There's no way to fail. It's...
put my rations on 0, because it's 10 to feed Hiccup, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna eat? You just need 0.5.
Don't give them all to Hiccup. Save some. I'll take some out of Maya's rations too. I'll take like 5 out of Maya's rations, and then you can take 5 out of yours. Inventory. And that will feed the horse. Not
Okay.
down to 2 rations. And then how do I do a half a ration?
In just 0.5.
1.5. No, it won't let me do that.
It won't.
Let me try doing it in this menu.
Well, to be fair, I made up that roll anyway. We'll just say you eat like a normal person. You can just have. There's 2 halflings, right? So take away 1 ration for 2 halflings. That would make sense.
Okay.
If we want to do it that way. That way you get like a little extra. Because I feel like if you're 3 feet tall, you're not going to eat the same as somebody who's like 8 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
So we got survive. I needed Bug to do,
Athletics, did you say?
please.
Yeah. Terrible.
But it's better than a 5.
Yep. You make it up, but it is one of those things where, like, this isn't something you typically would have to deal with in your normal life. Were you not into the proclivities that you might find yourself in? So you are used to climbing and having to get into weird angles and spots and kind of, like, try to stay hidden. Whereas the world
Yeah.
is designed to have stairs and stuff for you. This is not the case for this. The things that were living here just flew up, so they didn't have a need for that. This is one of those where Bug's gonna have to like actually jump, grab onto a ledge, pull herself up, and as soon as you do, the whole like shack and like the boards, the porch around it and everything, they start to sway and creak a little bit. It doesn't have a door, but it has a doorway, and the interior of the hut is a single room, and it has crude beds that are made of moss, and there's one single open window, and the wood kind of creaks and it sways slightly, and there's this rusted old harp that sits in one of the moss beds.
I assume shimmering is like in my bag.
He was
Or am I-
performing an hour-long ritual out there on the Singing Rocks. So I assume this
okay.
was like during that 1 hour while Maya was foraging, and then he was...
Okay, got ya.
Legends.
Okay. Wait, so am I inside?
If you want to be.
Wait, ritual. Hold on. Is it
You
10
could say
minutes
you're
for
like
ritual?
on the
Hold
ledge. You've definitely pulled yourself up at least. You haven't declared that you want to go inside, but you can.
I should probably want to
I thought
discuss
the
it with
ritual
shimmering.
was 10 minutes, right? Or
10
was
minutes,
it-
not an hour.
I was
For some reason, I
wondering
thought it was an
why
hour.
familiar was. I thought it was like something you specifically was like, okay, you can be the bug. Sorry. And everybody would see that shadowing. Do you want to describe what your ritual looks like? Like, how does this happen?
So, while I'm on the stone and I'm casting the ritual, I'm just using my little dragon talent, and I'm tracing shapes into the stone, kind of just like little scratch marks kind of thing. And it's just it kind of just looks like a circle. And after I'd imagine this takes a long time of like drawing a line and then erasing it, and then drawing another line and erasing it, and just kind of like part of the summoning isn't necessarily getting the lines perfect. It is the process of, creating part of a line and removing it, and then adding another line, kind of thing. Just a really weird and unusual way to do a ritual casting realistically. And for the final like 9 minute and 59 seconds, Shimmer will just step into like this circle that he's drawn, and it's almost akin to like a shadow clone jutsu, where it's like a weird mirror image starts to happen, and it's just like a copied, just sort of a copied version of Shimmerwing appearing next to him, just an identical twin.
And this is probably news for a lot of the people who are seeing this for the first time, because you've never done this ritual in front of people before. And is it some kind of summoning? Is it some kind of like clone technique? Is it like, because it does look like a mirror image of Shimmerwing pretty much, right?
Yep, it's pretty much another me.
Okay. Alright, Bug, what do you want to do? There's this really old harp on this bed that's made of moss.
Yeah, I should probably talk to Shimmerwing and be like, do you think it's safe to go in here? It's kind of shaky.
Definitely not. Let's do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah? What if it collapses and we die?
Well, I mean, it didn't collapse when that big thing was Ixil. Wixel?
Oh, I gotta scroll to find a name.
Ixie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
it could collapse and fall all around you and stuff. I mean, maybe we can we fix it? Do you know how to fix stuff?
Not really. I just know how to break into stuff and steal stuff.
Hmm.
Like Shimmer will fly out of the bag, fly around the building, and he'll have Shadow do the same as we're just sort of inspecting structural support, structural integrity. Just kind of taking a look at it, seeing if there's any way to salvage this.
Yeah, do an investigation check. You both can do that if you got similar mindedness.
One can say we are of the same mind. Investigation, you said?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? And since we're taking our time with it and really putting our heads together, I will guidance myself. And I'm just gonna just hover there after we've done a preliminary like fly around the building and tap my little claw on my little chin. Investigation.
On a 13, oh, on a
15.
15, better. On a 15, yeah, this is a piece of shit shack. You think that creature, it could bear its weight, but if one more had appeared, like, or if anybody else would have came in here with it, all this would have fallen down. There is salvageable wood, but a lot of this is rotted out. You think tiny creatures like you could probably fit like 3 small creatures in here and 1 tiny creature. But it's kind of in that, or like 1 medium creature and 1 small, or 1 large. Any more than that, you feel like this whole thing's gonna come crashing down. But like if Bug wanted to get in there, she could definitely do it as long as it's not like a whole group entering. And if you're trying to salvage parts of it, you could probably sleep in here and be alright. It just won't cover everybody. Or you could try to dismantle it and use it for like firewood maybe. I don't know how quickly you guys would be able to get up, because you have a lack of tools and tool proficiencies, I think, for this. You would need like some kind of carpentry, like nails and a hammer kind of stuff. Calligraphy.
I'm trying to see what I got.
What about a crowbar?
Crowbar could help. Yes.
Maybe
Actually,
Violet's servant can fix it.
Oh yeah, like Violet's servant could get, but he would also need tools for this. He can't just pound his fist against it. But I think a crowbar could be like multiple
To
uses, right?
salvage.
Yeah, you could salvage the boards,
Yeah.
but you could also like just fucking hit shit like nails and stuff that you're prying out. You could like, why can't it be a hammer? Why can't it be 2 things?
Yeah.
Or we can make it like, based on my investigation, like if we were to make like lean-tos, would we be able to, like, salvaging the wood and maybe some sticks or something nearby, would we be able to make like lean-tos for
Yeah.
people?
I think so, yes. Well, you have the attempt to make those things. I would say, can you have Violet roll survival and make the servant do all the work? I'm reading the Discord because she's driving home, and she's trying to get her butler in on this.
Not driving. I was washing my hands. I didn't want you to hear the water. Silly.
Oh, well, you got a 10. You are just okay at this. But I'll say that's enough to give advantage to the next person who wants to try. With the crowbar, you don't need any kind of roll to dismantle. It's more about erecting a lean-to. I don't think it's that difficult. If you guys could get like a 12 on... I would also let you do history instead of just survival. Because it is a survival tactic, but it could also be like something you learned of how people used to live and how they survived. So if somebody had like high intelligence for some reason, they could use that.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to roll it? You get advantage. because of the butler doing invisible butler things.
So it's a intelligence or survival.
Yeah.
Or,
Are we
wait,
gonna?
Well, I was thinking history. That way you have a chance to be proficient.
funny enough, they're exactly the same. One, I'm proficient with history, but I have a lower int. But I'm not proficient with survival, but I have a high wisdom.
Go with what you know. Roll history. We never roll history.
Oh yeah.
And you can
What was
guidance
Bug
yourself.
saying?
Yep.
Oh, I think yeah. Bug was probably just gonna be like, Hey, sir, what'd you figure out? You reckon we can go in this thing, or?
I think it'll collapse for anybody who's not us and can't hold a lot of people. But maybe we could salvage wood and make lean-to. Maybe maybe. I think I seen someone do it. I usually sleep in tree, but I think maybe I see somebody make something called lean-to, and I don't know why. Actually, I know why it's called lean-to because it just lean there. But anyway, let me think here. You, you,
Okay, okay.
yeah, you have idea?
Well, I've got a crowbar that could probably help, like, ply some wood out. But, should we have a little looky-loo what's inside first? Maybe there might be shinies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And Shimmer kind of looks around and sees Violet over there, probably, head patting Hammy, and seeing Maya over there trying to calm down Wild Child.
I mean, technically, the people who live here left, so yeah, I think it is in
And he kind of smacks his lip.
um in accordance with Feywild law. Um, technically, anything in here that has been abandoned must mean that the owner does not want it or it is left behind.
And he pretends like he's moving like a pair of bifocals up his tiny little draconic snout.
Well, I guess that works out even better for me than, well, for us. I don't care about the Feywild laws.
Yeah, that'll come back. So, are you gonna do a quick B&E and see what's inside?
Yeah.
Yep. And since I know this is like really rickety and whatnot, I'll relegate myself to flying is to not add extra weight in the structure to make it more unstable.
Like, you can feel it under your boots. Like, as soon as you take a step, like, everything shifts. It's not falling apart on you, but you're like, yeah, I could see how too much weight would bring this whole building down. Again, the inside, it's like, it's not really beds. It's more like somebody made nests out of moss. And then inside one of them is this really kind of old, decrepit looking, like, harp. It's rusted. And it's really misshapen as well. It has like the strings on it are very grimy. And that's kind of it.
Huh. Need me to investigate? Doesn't look shiny.
Yeah, it looks kind of gross. How big is the harp? Is it like...
I don't
Like
know, it's as big
regular-
as a normal harp. Yeah.
Okay.
So bigger than both of us combined.
Let me Google how big a harp is.
They're huge.
Depends if it's a chunky harp or like a hand harp.
Oh
If
my
that's even a
god,
thing.
they're 6 feet tall. This is a tiny version of a harp. It's a foot and a half tall. We just decided.
Because I was like, well, if it's a regular harp, I don't think we're taking it.
It's like a folk harp, right? It's something that it could be carried. It might not fit in a
Yeah.
backpack because it's still kind of tallish. But no, you could fit stuff in there. Yeah, you could make it work.
Hmm.
Want me to check it out?
Sure.
Okay.
So Shimmer's gonna slowly fly in, and he's gonna land next to it, and he's gonna sniff the air. He's gonna like walk around it. I'll probably fly around it,
It smells pretty bad in here.
and can I do an Arcana on this thing? Like,
Yeah.
investigating it, maybe seeing. Okay. And
This
since I'm
is-
taking my time with it,
I like to do a little bit of both, right? I like Arcana to be your encyclopedic knowledge of magic and magical items and creatures and environments, but also a little bit of like your magical insight and intuition if you are a person who has like magical capabilities. So if you're a bard or a cleric, anybody who can cast a spell, Arcana should be like a magical kind of insight into could this thing potentially be magic? And if you get really high, it's like, oh, I definitely recognize this.
let's put my little heads together here. Since Shadowwing has nothing better to do.
Well, that looks like a 26 on the first Arcana check, right? With 3 for guidance, so
Okay.
on a 29, you get the whole fucking
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, that was a natural 20.
Oh. Yeah, okay, well. This is what is called a discordant harp, and it is a wondrous, uncommon item. It is, again, misshapen. Like, the shape of it makes it, you know it's going to affect the tune. And the grimy strings are going to magically slip when you're trying to play a song. It has a feature called tritone. As an action, you can strike a terrible sounding chord on this harp and direct it at a creature of your choice within 60 feet that can hear you. And that creature has to succeed a wisdom saving throw of 13, or it takes 1d6 psychic damage, and it must subtract 1d4 from its next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn. It also has discordant melody as a feature, and you can use an action to play the harp and cast the Dissonant Whispers spell at first level with a DC of 13. And once the harp is used to cast a spell, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So like once a day with Dissonant Whispers, but then as often as you want with tritone if you're just trying to make somebody take a little bit of psychic damage and remove their saving throws a little.
Okay. And with the natural 20, do I know if it's like a trap or anything? Like, is it
You do
safe
an
to
insight
use?
with advantage, because this is going to be deductive. Okay. You imagine that someone, because based on the fae and the fiends that were here, this was probably a bribe. Somebody told them to come torture this creature. Somebody paid them, and you remember your conversations with them that they worked for the Hourglass Coven. So it wouldn't be like, it makes the most sense that they were like, here, do this for me, I give you this. And so this was their little prized possession that they could use to torment this thing. You don't detect any traps or anything around it. There's no on that crit, like, you don't imagine it's a cursed item. It's supposed to be ugly, it's supposed to be slimy, it's supposed to make terrible music.
Okay. So Shimmer's gonna fly over to it, land next to it, pick it up, and fly it to Bug, and just like hover over the bag, like just, excited, beating wings and like wagging tail.
Yep. This is ours now.
Oh shit. So it's worth taking, you reckon?
Yep, it does. It does tritone, and it does this like really discordant melody, and
I kind of explained
Hmm.
the details that I've picked up from it.
but also they the guys that were here were probably paid off with this. So, and I mean they work for us now, so technically this is ours anyway.
And then big knowing
Ah.
grin.
Okay. Nice.
And he's just like waiting for you to like pop the bag open, just to get that satisfying like you get to watch the loot just like drop into the stash.
Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry. Sorry, trash keeper. She'll open the bag.
And Shimmerwing flies in.
This bag's getting
Okay.
heavy.
Yep.
What's this? The bag of holding?
Wait, did I give you guys a bag of holding?
Mm-hmm.
This bag stays the same way, no matter how much treasure you put in it. Never mind.
That's why we were so excited. You basically gave the loot goblins a loot
Yep.
goblin bag.
It fits. Sorry, we've been
We
playing
kinda
this
look
for
like
several months. I don't remember what I gave you.
We kind of I feel like at this point, Bug. Oh, we know the glamour, but I just got the image in my head of the treasure goblins from like Diablo. Is just this tiny little creature and this giant bag hoisted over their shoulder.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think it's safe to dismantle, and I could maybe we can make lean-to thing, but maybe ask Violet and Maya and Wild if they want to dismantle it, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Maya, you would
Check.
be able to, like, if you want, be within earshot of this. This would have been after the foraging, after talking to Mildeleary and helping feed Hiccup and everything. Same thing with Violet.
Okay, so they're gonna take it apart and use it for firewood, or to build a shelter. Sorry, is that right?
I think they're
Yes,
asking
and
you your
it's-
opinion on it.
Yeah, before
Oh,
we just go ahead and start destroying stuff, if you had any other ideas or spells or abilities, kind of a check-in.
Maya looks discouraged, having not found anything from stomping around the bushes, and she's just gonna say, "Whatever you guys think is best. I can always just sleep on the ground, but shelter might be nice."
Violet just snaps her fingers and points to the shed, um, like regarding her servant. Like she looks at her servant, snaps her fingers, and points to the shed. To go, do its thing, make something out of it.
You see boards start getting pried off of this thing, and it is moments away from crumbling.
So I guess now I do the history to try and figure out how to make it lean to.
Yeah, we do it with advantage, and we'll say you just need to get a 10 because you got so much aid. It makes sense.
Okay,
You're
that's another
rolling
natural
so
20.
high tonight. All right, yeah, you
That's the offset last time where I couldn't roll shit to hit anything.
you know exactly how to make this, and you can deduct like what wood is useful and what isn't, and what's going to be sound, and you can make shelters for everybody, and you can get them up within the hour wherever they want them. And it's going to be one of the most comfortable sleeps everybody's had since they got here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know exactly what to do here. Once it's disassembled, we could, honestly, we can probably almost make it even better than what it is now. Because I am so smart.
And the Shimmer does the equivalent, like putting his hands on his hips and beams with pride.
Okay, so are you camping by the lake, or you want to go a little bit inward, like on a hilltop, or or just like right here.
Oh yeah. Where we want to set up? I mean, up here seem kind of safe-ish.
Actually,
Oh.
is this area affected at all by the flooding?
Nope.
The old well flooding.
It is not.
Okay.
That's too quick of an answer. I don't trust it.
Well, yeah, we could do we want to where we want to set up. I kind of think here maybe because Moosey does. They say they get lonely. So if we stay here and rest up, then maybe they not be lonely for a few more hours. Right, Moosey?
Yep. That works for me. And I didn't think of a rhyme for this. And then it bows its head in shame. So I forgot that it's broken fire until I started talking.
He's being so nice, answering more questions.
Fuck. That
Well,
was
this one
also
was-
in character.
Well, this one was like directed as a like for them.
You said right, Moosey? That is correct. You owe them one more eternal friend. No, not really.
Well, technically it was only one question, so then I think a long rest worth of time is equal value for multiple people.
Okay, deal.
I'm down for whatever gets me to sleep the fastest. I call first person to sleep, and also probably last.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, team, disassemble. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody position yourselves where you want to be, just assuming that there's big shelter all over this whole giant rock. And you can put out your bedrolls and everything else that you have.
My bedroll is in Bug's bag.
Hey Maya, you were handing out some
Yes.
food, right?
Here somewhere. I don't know.
No, she didn't get anything.
Oh.
So she ate some of the rations in her pack, and her and Bug fed the horse.
Fine, I guess I'll eat my own food.
Alright, is everybody just going to sleep?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I used the long rest action on the foraging, right? So I think she can just go to sleep.
But don't hit the long rest yet.
Okay.
Nope.
Is
So we
there
have our
a
link
watch
set
order?
up.
I'm sleeping first. That's my watch order.
Maya will take first watch.
Do I have rations?
Do you have rations?
I should have rations. I have a rabbit foot. I guess I could eat that. It's probably old and stinky now. I don't see any rations.
I guess you used all your rations.
That makes 0 sense.
I don't know, you do a lot of stuff.
That's all I was saying. Like I'm wondering
I
if
don't think it transported
something didn't get
over.
imported.
Yeah. Because it gave you I see the pack, right, that she picked. And usually that would come with like a pouch that would have like your money. And I see like the bedrolls, the tinder. There should be a thing, and it says rations. And they weigh like 2 pounds per ration. You have a 5-pound book, but you don't have food. Okay. Here, I'll drag and drop. I think you guys can do this too. If you go to the compendium, it looks like 3 books stacked next to each other. Type rations with an S, go to 2024, and then just drag it over your character sheet, and it'll drop them in. If you don't have them.
2024?
I already put it on your sheet.
I want to know how to do it.
I still
At the
don't-
top right, where there's like 2 books and one like leaning against it, it'll say like D&D 5th edition, and then you can type in that little search bar like rations, and then it'll pop up under categories or something like that, like the rations, and you could just drag and drop it on your character sheet.
Actually, does anybody have rations on their sheet? Like, did anybody see them?
No, I think Bug Hunt.
Russians,
Yeah.
Okay.
Russians still aren't showing up for me.
Yeah, no, I just did it and it wasn't showing up for me either. And it specifically said, "We've added rations. Item rations has been successfully dropped." And then, because there's a search and find.
Was it because I had it open at the same time? I'll close it.
Maybe. I'm gonna try it just from Player's Handbook instead of 2024. That worked. Okay. There. So
So I
yeah,
have
the
to subtract
2024
one.
one's not adding it for some reason. I already subtracted for you.
Thank you.
So just do the one that's just his Player's Handbook. If you're doing it manually, if it wasn't on your sheet. Okay, Maya, you said you're taking the first watch.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to watch?
Hammy can.
Okay.
In Shadow,
Violet
and
says.
because Shadow doesn't sleep.
Okay, then Maya and Shadowwing can do a perception check, please.
Not Hammy?
I thought Hemi was taking a different watch. Did you want him to stay up with Maya?
I guess it can be a different watch. He
'Cause you gotta
sleeps all the
sleep 8
time. He doesn't.
hours, and so, or you gotta be, the long rest has to be 8 hours long. You have to rest for 6 of those hours. You have to be like unconscious unless you're an elf. And then 2 hours of light activity, which would include like being a watch. Everything is perfectly saved. This is not a haunted rock. It's really fucking cool here, especially now that you got the lean-tos. Like you can tell the boards are like it's been masterfully crafted. That's what you notice. It's like, wow, Shimmerwing really knows how to, and the butler was involved. Rue had a crowbar. Like you guys really came together and made this house a home, and that's all you notice. Shadowwing pretty much the same. It's nothing. You can hear like the lake noises. It's kind of like washing across like the little beach area. You do hear a singular note, and it sounds like a middle C. And you would identify that with something hitting this red rock over here.
Shadow, look over. Is it Hiccup?
It's Hiccup. And you see Hiccup actually take their hoof and ding it a couple more times just because they like the sound it makes.
Ugh, will that horse shut up? Violet tosses and turns.
And that's all that happens for the first 2 hours. Is anybody on the second watch with Hammy? Shadowwing said doesn't have to sleep because they're familiar, so they can be on watch too.
Yep, I guess this is the familiar watch.
All right.
Just a couple of familiars.
Roll your
familiaring.
perceptions. Actually, perception is a skill that Violet's hamster has. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Uh,
Wisdom?
It says +3. So it just says where's the skills perception +3 on the Hemi sheet.
Oh.
My god.
Hammy's a smart cookie. You're all saved.
I cannot believe this. Okay. Now I have to move some pieces. Give me just a second. I didn't think anybody would get a 20 on this, so I didn't necessarily prepare. Like, okay.
Not anybody. Hammy.
Hammy. So, Hammy's gonna notice 3 things, and I'll let you determine what he's gonna do with these 3 things. But Hammy notices 3 Lornlings. One inside Violet's backpack, one that's messing around Maya's stuff and where she's sleeping, and then one off where that C note was, where the horse was like kicking the rock over and over again. And they're doing something with rocks and moss.
Would the mushrooms have noticed them? I guess they're by her stuff. Maybe not.
All right, let me check the mushrooms. They get to play too. Like Campestry number 1 and 2. They also have perception. They have +4. And they crit. Oh my god. Yeah, your mushrooms are... They don't understand the danger because of the nature of the Campestry, but they will be waking you up with some shrills of joy as they're just like saying, playmates, 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 and they're doing this like bouncy, when one squats, the other one lengthens, and they go up and down, probably on either shoulder that you have right now. They're being very loud and ruckusy to point out the 3 also tiny creatures that they have found.
Okay, so then
This would wake up everybody.
so we're all wide awake.
Everybody.
Unless
Hammy
you-
was gonna wake up everybody but Violet. Because he knows that's a bad call.
Okay, Violet can choose to remain asleep.
Can she sleep through the squeaking or the annoying
That's
little
a good...
little
Let's do a
mushrooms?
Constitution saving throw.
Just that she still have grass in her ears. She never took it out.
No, she definitely took it out. She was performing and she was listening and playing music.
I don't know. She never said she takes it out.
Alright, well then...
What did you want me to do? Constitution save?
Yeah, because I think this is enough to give someone a migraine. Like, they're very,
She's a
very
tough cookie.
loud and just obnoxious about this.
So like an
Hammy
18
would be
doesn't
very
mean she...
gentle. No, that means that you're not bothered. If you want to stay asleep, you can just stay asleep.
Yeah, she's gonna sleep. And
Okay.
and Hammy's gonna run up to absolutely everybody on here and like paw at them and go squeak, squeak, squeak right in their ear. And where'd Hammy go? Oh yeah, Hammy's just bugging everybody. And then I don't know. I guess depending if he gets any attention, he might just like try to go get this thing's eyes out.
You want to
So
start
we're all
combat?
awake. So are we all awake? And now because of Hammy's actions, because he's aware of the danger, even if the mushrooms are we all awake and aware there is danger?
You are awake and aware that there are these tiny little... These are the things that look like little frogs. Hold on. Let me get the right one. There's 2 different Lornling models.
Yeah, Maya has a couple of dried ones in her backpack from day 1.
Yeah, let me... There's one here. Here. So you would recognize these. Did you... Okay. If Hammy's attacking, we have to roll initiative.
Okay. I mean, Maya's just gonna try to boot this one off the rock, probably.
Oh, well, they're not... Like, you notice each other at the same time. They're ready to bolt, and it looks like they're trying to run.
Hi, Macy. Maisie, should I attack? Look at me if I should attack.
Since Hammy was, like, initially awake, I'm letting
She's not
them...
looking at me.
It's up
Does
to you,
it
Kendra.
look like they have anything in their like hands?
Do they take anything from our bags, little sneaks?
Do, perception checks.
Okay.
The Campestri know exactly what they were doing, but they are not the best communicators. You have no idea.
No, no.
Shimmerwing, you know they went into the bags. They didn't come out with anything.
What about Bug? Does she sense their nefarious deeds?
Ooh, actually, that's a good question.
Well,
Go ahead.
well, I'm just thinking, how would they get into the bag if Shimmerwing is treasure keeper?
They're not
Well,
in
they're
your
in
bag.
other people's bags.
Um,
It's Maya and Violet's specifically. Oh yeah, Bug, you noticed that these little things. One, you remember how deadly they were. They have planted
mhm.
something in these bags, and on a 21, you know that this one is like putting up a bunch of twigs and mud and moss and some rocks in a formation that was not there when you went to sleep. Now it's like all over the place. And upon being noticed, they're ready to leave. They're ready to sprint. They want to run away. But if we fight, that's up to you.
And catch one and wring the truth from it.
So, with all the commotion, um, Shimmerwing would, well, you kind of see, kind of sort of what they're doing, sort of, kind of. Would it insight, or would it be like an investigation to determine what exactly they're doing? Like, as we've kind of caught them red-handed.
Well, Bug's already figured it out.
Okay.
They're planting things inside the bags.
Go on.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Do not touch your bags.
Do you let them leave or do
Ma-
you fight? It's like you
Maya
get
has
6
a-
seconds. Good.
Maya has a blanket that she's been sleeping on. She's gonna use one to try to catch one of those little fuckers in the net.
All right, everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
These things fucking hurt. Just letting you know.
And did we get any healing yet from
No,
resting?
because it had only
Oh,
been
okay.
the first watch. You had 2 hours, so you haven't got a long rest yet.
Okay.
Shit, I got no focus points. Oh, actually, I can do a thing about that, I believe. Oh yeah, when I roll initiative, I can regain all expended focus points
Did you already use it?
with uncanny metabolism.
It also heals you. I thought you used that. remember? Because it's once a day.
Yeah, I used to. Oh, once a day. Okay, well, yeah. Then I can't. So never mind.
Going into a fight with no resources. All right. I cannot find
I
my
tried.
initiative.
It's like, looks like they're running away.
I'm
But
sorry.
Hammy wants to bite things and Maya wants to catch one. So
I
we're gonna
mean, she
try.
was just woken up by
That's
a
fair.
hag's thing. She's gonna probably react without thinking, honestly.
Yeah. It might
I
not be
cannot
so
find
bad. It
initiative.
just
Why can I
depends.
not find it?
On your main sheet or your familiar sheet?
Main sheet. I'm so
It's under
blind.
inspiration. It's giant and red.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the big red word that says initiative. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. And initiative for you.
Thinky, think.
Okay. Bug, even though you see what Maya's planned action is, just imagine this is all in slow motion because it all happens within the same 6 seconds. You see she's looking at, I'm going to catch one of these things, but you are very, very fast. So you do have the opportunity to either word caution or attack or help her or whatever you think Bug would do.
Oh, Jesus.
You remember this thing basically killed Hiccup last time.
And there's one over by
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Bug's gonna. Oh, jeez. Bug's gonna try stop Maya.
Okay. So that's the same as a grapple. Maya,
Sorry, cat.
Bug
You're
is trying
fine.
to prevent you from doing this. Do you stop or do you continue?
I don't think she would fight Bug.
Okay, because that was going to be a contest. It's going to be her DC, which is going to be 8 plus 2, 10 plus your dex. So you'd have to get a 14 on either athletics or acrobatics to get away from her.
Yeah, no, I don't think like if Bug like jumped on her from behind and like kept her from doing it, she probably wouldn't fight it.
Well, how does Bug
She would
do
just
this?
be confused as fuck.
Okay. So I imagine that she's got like the net right, and she's like about, mid swing, about to try like land the net onto one of them. So I feel like Bug sort of runs up and like grabs her arm, and Bug's like, "Don't do it. These things are really fucking strong. They nearly killed Hiccup, and they nearly killed me. Just let him go."
Maya will look at Bug and look at the thing and just kind of glare at it, just like, "Are you sure it's gonna go? It's not here to hurt us."
Looks like they're trying to just run off. And I know exactly what they've done too.
I think Maya will just kind of relax her arms a little bit, but she won't take her eyes off the Lauren lanes.
Okay. Does anybody else?
And
Go ahead.
Vogue might also say to the Lawnlings, that's right. I know exactly what yous did. I know what you planted in those bags. And you want to know how I know? Have a good look at me. Got no shadow.
Da da da.
Dun, dun,
You
dun.
say that, and they do look at you, and then both of them flip you the bird.
Oh. Yeah, fuck you too. Fuck off.
Does anybody want
Hey,
to
fuck
prevent
you,
them
buddy.
from skedaddling? It's entirely character choice because we got Bug, then Shadowwing, then Hammy before the Lornlings go. Yes, no, maybe so.
Hammy I don't know. Hammy would probably has an unspoken rule with Violet to attack anything that ever goes in her bag.
All right, make an attack.
Oh shit. Well, Shadowwing.
I'll give you the
goes
knowledge
before
that if this
Hammy.
hamster attacks a Lornling, it will attack back.
Not Hammy.
And if you remember, they get 3 attacks each. I assume the Shadowwing's doing the same that Bug is doing.
Yeah,
Unless
like
you say
Shadow's
otherwise.
kind of holding him back. But actually, yeah, I'd say he's holding back. But I'll prepare an action,
Okay.
in case they do kind of, get hostile from reckless decisions.
Oh wait, could Shadowwing goes before the hamster? Could Shadowwing like pick up the hamster and just have a dangling enraged hamster in his?
That is within his capabilities, yes.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that does seem like it could make sense. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just have Shadow just try and grab Hammy seeing Hammy is more of a murder hobo than his owner.
Hammy really is. All right, will Hammy resist being picked up and flown around by this fairy dragon, Kendra?
Yeah.
All right, so this is gonna be 8 plus your proficiency plus your strength to grapple. What's your strength mod?
1.
Not you. Shadowing.
Shadow. Strength of mod. Strength of 3, so -4. Familiars are usually not strong.
Holy crap. Okay. Hammy's the opposite. Hammy got a 25. He's too
Oh my
fast.
God!
He can't.
Turbo hamster. Shit.
He can't be picked up.
Oh, jeez. This is not gonna go well.
That was your action in an attempt to pick up this hamster. And this hamster does have a really solid attack where he like tries to eat your eyeball out of your face. You just tell me the word, Kendra. Is that what we're doing?
I don't want people to be mad at me, but it's definitely what Hammy would have done.
Okay. Well, let's roll. Maybe he'll miss.
Okay.
Are you going for the eyes, or are you just doing like an unarmed, like little? Are you going for the kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going for the eyes.
20 hits. Jesus.
God damn.
Hammy's freaking crazy. Hammy's going ham. Okay.
Click your damage. That took a lot of hit points.
Go Hammy. Go Hammy.
So you watch as this hamster avoids shadowing and immediately jumps on this Lornling, and I'm gonna say, going for the eyes, he definitely catches one of the eyeballs in his little hamster teeth, and it is grotesque and gross as half of this face is peeled away and is just like pencil shavings that quickly go into this hamster's cheeks. And
Yeah.
the Lornling's bigger than Hammy, but not by very much. Like, we're talking like a 3-inch difference. But this hamster, there's so much blood everywhere. These Lornlings are fucking pissed. And then it's their turn.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Kendra. Maybe not. What? Hammy's got 15 fucking AC? Alright, 25, 25, 25. On all of those. That's... I rolled really high on all 3 of those. That's 14, 21 damage to Hammy.
That's a dead ass hamster.
Is Hammy dead?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You just killed Hammy?
You just killed Hammy! Wait. That was just
Wait.
from this one
Sure.
Lornling.
Can Hammy do a death saving throw? Like, is he dead?
I'll let him do death saving throws. But they're definitely going to use their full speed to get out of here. Unless, would you like to make opportunity attacks, Shadowwing, Maya, and Violet?
Nope. Well,
Maya will be reaching for
And
Hammy
Violet's
just so
sleeping.
she can help him.
I feel Violet would feel something if her connection is gone from
Yeah, you
Hammy.
would definitely feel it because it's a magical connection you have with Hammy.
And Violet does have something. An opportunity attack somewhere. I forget what it is.
Well, it's you can't use a spell or a cantrip.
Oh.
You can use like a weapon.
No, but she has one that's... Well, it's a reaction, I guess. I can use a weapon. Okay.
You have a reaction
just-
where if something attacks you, but it didn't attack
Yeah.
you, it attacked your hamster.
Okay. So, yeah, Violet, she's still carrying around those stilts.
Yeah.
She's just gonna reach around for her still and then try to whack the dude and be like, "What's going on?"
Do not touch your bag.
All right, hit unarmed strike on your combat list because that's gonna be the DC, and then I'll still deal like 1d4 plus your strength bludgeoning.
Okay. That
You
sucked.
definitely miss.
She's trying to start a conversation. Like, what's going on? What happened to Hammy?
Hammy has 3 quills lodged inside of him. He is a pincushion right now. To him, these are like spears, right? They go all the way through his body. They're stabbed into the rock itself. And you could see his little hamster eyeballs like crying and reaching out to Violet.
No.
That was my hamster.
God.
He was just trying to do his job.
Does anybody want to continue the fight, or do you want to let them leave?
And Maya's gonna be occupied with saving Hammy. I
Um,
can't see a cute hamster dying in front of her and not try to help.
Violet wanted to try
Well-
to cast a spell.
Actually, it did 21 damage, and it only had 10 health, but it did it in 7s, so that would have been -7. So yeah, it could do. It can receive healing as long as it doesn't go negative. Its health it survives.
Okay.
Meaning, like, I mean, it makes death saving throws. Is what I mean. So
Okay.
you have the potential. Violet, it's your turn if you would like to do anything.
Violet was going to do suggestion, I believe, and suggest that they undo any bad that they've done, and go look
Which-
for the biggest, most colorful Easter egg. So it's the most important thing.
You could
Can I
pick
do that?
one to do it too, but it's a saving
Just
throw.
one
Yeah, read your spells.
to one. Fuck's sakes. It's fine. She's sleeping. She's not gonna be the brightest. She's not gonna think of the quickest thing. She'll just end with her smacking nothing.
Maya, what would you do on your turn?
Heal the hamster. Does it need to make death saving throws first?
No, because it's not Hemi's turn again yet.
Okay.
Do you have any healing spells left?
Yeah, I think so, because there was some I couldn't use last battle because they were touch spells. So I think I can use...
Wait, do you have slots left?
That's a good question. Where do I see? Yeah, I have 2 first slots left, I think.
Okay.
Okay, that one. Cure wounds, maybe. 2d8 plus 2. Yeah, I'll do cure wounds.
Okay, roll it. Okay, so as these things skitter off, they're moving blindingly fast. These things are covering about 120 feet in just 6 seconds. Like, it is so fast you're never going to be able to keep up with them. They've eluded everything. Maya, describe what it looks like when you mend Hammy and bring him back to 9 hit points.
Well, Hammy is pierced by those spears, and so I think she would. It's a very small thing to heal, so you would see her, like, just very gently grab each of the quills and slowly remove it with one hand, while her other hand is resting, like, probably just only 2 fingers are resting on this tiny hamster. And you kind of light glowing from her fingers as she pulls the quills out one by one, trying to keep him from bleeding out from the spears.
And Kendra, Violet, you can watch as Maya has this restorative magical property, and it's knitting the flesh back together. He still has blood stained everywhere, but you can see like his little hamster heart is beating really fast. His eyes are looking around, but the wounds themselves, they leave little scars behind, but the flesh is mended, and he's no longer dying. He's not as healthy as he was, but he's still healthy.
Yay.
And then we will get out
That's
of
a little
initiative.
gruesome. So Hammy's okay?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to sleep then. Good job, Hammy, on keeping us safe.
What does anybody else want to do?
So I guess Maya would build, once things are clear, she'd look over and make sure that they were not bugging Hiccup, that they left or something around Hiccup. And then she'd ask Bug, so what did they do?
They put something in your bags. Planted something. I don't know what it is, but could be bad. Could blow your hands off. Could curse you. Who knows?
Should I just upend my bag and dump things on the ground without touching them? Maybe we can see what they put in there.
I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
Could Maya ask the little mushrooms, say that our guest left a present for me in my bag. Did you see what it was?
They just say, yeah, over and over again. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Helpful. So helpful. I guess Maya would gently dump out the bag on the ground, being careful not to touch anything or to jostle anything too hard in case it explodes.
And Shimmerwing at this is immediately taking a full inventory of the Treasure Keeper's Cove.
If that's
Granted,
what
it's a
you wanna
bag
do.
of holding, but he's still like a little bit of that.
I
You
thought
know.
you meant he was taking inventory of what's in Maya's bag to see if she was hiding any treasure. That's funny.
Nope, bugs.
Nice.
Okay, so you're dumping your stuff out?
Yeah, just to see if we can see what they put in the bag.
You do. It's back. There is, it looks like a letter that's been rolled up, and it has an unbroken seal that's a green frog.
So Maya would very carefully not touch the letter, put everything else back in her bag, and then stare at it with suspicion. Maybe poke it with a stick. What is it?
It's a letter. It's rolled up. It's parchment and wax seal.
Could be a curse.
Yep.
Could be all sorts of shit.
You want me to open it? I could open it over there in case it explode.
Okay, as long as you'll be safe.
So noisy. Servant!
It was rusty in your
open.
bag too, Violet. Wake up.
A servant can deal with it.
You want your servant to rummage through your belongings?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else
Oh.
just sees. Wait, go ahead. Good.
Go ahead.
There's a small palm-sized flat green rock that floats out of her bag, held by this invisible servant, and it's kind of flipped over a little bit. And etched into this rock is a series of carved runes. They're tiny and glowing a faint blue.
Yeah, we're probably all cursed, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
But-
disagree.
I was already cursed, so yeah.
Oh, thinking of that, Maya and Violet, I need wisdom saving throws. Thank you.
Oh no.
This
You
is from a
reminded
long
him of
time
our
ago.
curse.
Yeah.
You reminded him of our curse. damn it.
So
Let's see.
Shadow's gonna mage hand the letter like away from us in case it explodes, and like open it.
Violet, you feel pretty good. Same with you, Maya. You no longer have that cold feeling that somebody's watching you over your shoulder. Mage Hand opens the letter. It unravels, and it is written in Halfling.
Yeah.
I will not transcribe. What's it when you like read something for somebody? Not translate.
Dictate?
Transcribing is when you're writing it down. Convey. Basically, Shadow will read it to you
Does Shadow
from far
speak
away.
Halfling?
No. So I guess. So how would it work for telepathy? Like if I'm like telepathically like showing the letter, just kind of like this squiggly line looks like I don't know. I'll float it close to Maya, just to ease of for simplicity.
Okay, I'm gonna share this with you, and it's going to appear in your journal. All right. Check your stuff. You should have one that says like messages, and it says a letter in Halfling. See it?
Let me look. This is in her inventory, or
No. On the right side panel where like the chat room and stuff is, like one of the buttons is
Oh,
called
okay.
like journal, and it's got like your character sheet and stuff like that. And treasure that you'll find will be over there.
messages, a letter and half. Okay, okay. So she's gonna. Maya will read it aloud. So you're missing a squire, a pity, it's true, but I am deprived of a follower too. My lackey was borrowed, a terrible crime. It's Broomy my broomstick who sweeps up the slime. You don't realize yet, but a powerful blight has cursed all the wild little children with fright. It's a terrible hex, but a spell I can lift if you bring me my Broomy, a trade for a gift. For more information, don't dally or stall. Come speak to me now at my home in Downfall. P.S. Keep this strict secret. Don't utter a sound. If you blab to your friend, then no deal will be found. Well, sucks for her then, stupid hag.
Sorry, I just know how the letter ended. And you're like, let me read this out loud to all my friends real quick.
Why does she think that I would make a deal with a hag under any circumstances? It's insane. But also, we know where the children are. And then Maya's gonna kind of like reread over the letter. Who's this Broomy? All the children are afraid. I mean, it says not to. She won't give us a deal if we blab, but maybe if we found the Broomy, we'd be able to get a little bit of leverage with her. What do you guys think?
She'll backstab you the second she gets the chance.
She will. But maybe I could stab her too, you know?
Probably not advised. I mean, they're
Yeah.
professional backstabbery, and we're kind of small fry backstabbery.
It's
I
true.
think
I'm
they
not that
backstab
great at
more gooder.
lying. Yeah. That's concerning though, all the children being under a curse though.
Yeah.
Is that
Shimmer
rock
winks.
still floating?
Yeah, the
Oh,
butler's holding it out. He wasn't commanded to do anything with it.
So can we do an Arcana? It's got runes on it.
It does have runes on it. Let's see exactly what I had.
So Bug, you feel like the shuff. Maybe not because it's a bag of holding, but thematically you feel like a shuffling in your bag of holding. And then Shirowi pops his head out because maybe he got some unspoken command from Shadow to look at something.
What? Oh.
Yay, the assist is good. So 23 Arcana. I'm not really gonna use. I wasn't
Yeah.
planning on using you know, the other thing.
This is again, it's a small kind of palm-sized flat green rock. Etched into it is a series of carved runes. They're tiny, they're glowing a faint blue, and it is an arcanic message that needs to be deciphered, and on a 23, you can exactly decipher it. You know it was intended for Violet, but you can read the first bit if you choose.
So a top secret message for Violet. Knowing who I know, because basically at this point, like Shimmer's anything from a hag, they're extremely paranoid of. So it's like, will reading this have any adverse effects?
With your knowledge of hags, adverse effects have already been plaguing your party. They just may not have been noticed until now, because they knew exactly where you were and what you've been doing.
Okay, so reading this won't add any extras. Is essentially what Shimmer's
Part of
trying
the
to.
Arcana is deciphering it, so technically you already have the knowledge of what it says. Would you like to read it out loud or not? I will copy and paste this in your DMs.
Out loud? No. Because it's intended for Violet.
Ignore that first part. That was that was flavor
Which
for
first
Violet.
part?
Actually, no, that applies to you too. So never mind. You can read the whole thing.
Okay.
I DM'd you.
Interesting.
And on a 23 Arcana check, you know these are words of power and/or influence.
Okay. So I would be able to ascertain that reading that equal bad stuff.
It doesn't mean bad
Based on
stuff.
what?
Reading that equals something satisfying for the writer.
Okay. for the writer, not the reader. Yeah.
The author.
So I know Hag, right? And you know the particular choice of wording at the very end is like it is part of the Feywild, a denizen of the Feywild, and understanding how words have power. That last part, and then just sort of the deductive reasoning is also what happened with, Maya's letter. And it's like, if you're reading this out loud, voids the deal, but you read out loud kind of thing. So it's like, okay.
This one seems to be the opposite of hers. It wants to be read out loud. It can't work otherwise.
So
Throw it in the lake.
Shadow is going to gently put Maya's letter on the ground, I guess. And since Violet's sleeping, I think. Ooh, hold on. I don't know how good I am.
You could be depriving her of something.
I could. Yes, I could. Of sleep, because we have to wake her up to tell her. And we know how much she loves her sleep. Honestly, so I think I have a couple of options. With the 23, would there be a way to kind of manipulate? No, because that would be like a dispel. Okay, never mind. That wouldn't be applicable.
You know there's going to be an effect if these words are read out loud. You don't know what that effect is. You can't imagine it's good, But she was trying to bargain with Maya just moments ago.
And chuck it in the water. Or even, well, I don't want the Watcher to find it. All right. Shadow, Mage Hand is gonna take the thing and fly it the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Meow.
Anybody want to do anything else? Bug, you noticed a third thing, right?
Yeah, Bug wanted to. Well, she also wants to check on Hiccup and check that thing out. So she's just gonna be like, I'm just gonna check on Hiccup. I'll be back.
Okay. I'll keep making sure nothing in the cavern of wealth has been disturbed.
And then Shimmerwing goes back into the bag.
Yep.
Taking
Did
inventory.
Shadowing pick up the letter as well and when he flew away?
Nope, so I said Shadow put the letter down,
Oh,
like
okay.
on the rock, because you can only really Mage Hand one thing at a time. So,
Can she throw it in the fire? Do we have a fire?
You probably
we can.
would have made a fire, I think. Especially being like in the middle of a lake, it'll be a little cold and you're elevated on the rock. It would make sense. Yeah, you can definitely. You sure you want to do this?
I mean, yeah, I think Maya would have to be far more desperate than she is now to even consider words from a hag.
As soon as you throw it in the fire turns green. But only for a couple seconds. And it smells like apples, which is pretty nice. And then it returns to a normal fire.
Aww. Maya says Violet's hamster crawls up Maya and rubs his nose on her cheek to thank her. And she
Aw.
scratches his little hamster head between his little ears.
Kendra, they just threw your. I gave you a magic item and they're throwing it away. They're flying it as far away as they can. You don't want to wake up for that?
She's sleeping.
Hiccup seems to be okay. You think he looks a little panicked, a little worried, but he's not running away, right? It seems like he was trying to get everybody's attention at one point. You see a lot of hoof marks like digging into this stone that was like ringing a bell like an alarm.
Mm-hmm.
But he's all right and he can be calmed down. But around him, you do see something that wasn't there before. And this is what you would kind of notice. Arranged in front of you is a series of rocks that weren't there yesterday. They weren't there 2 hours ago. And moss is growing from them. And the moss is wrapped in tiny twigs and bits of mud. And it has little pebbles. And the display looks like miniature models of elves that are standing in a circle. And there's a dried and flattened rose that's smashed in the middle of the circle.
Okay. That's weird. I don't know what Bug would really do about that. She'd just think it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Um,
Do you want to do a nature check just in case? She might notice something.
okay. With a -2.
Oh, and that's a nat 1. Okay. Something compels you on this. That's a... Yeah. That's a 1 it's -1. It's just not showing up. It's not a 0. On this -1, you feel like you need to pick this thing up and show it to the others.
Oh, wait, isn't she a halfling?
Yes, she is, and halflings can't get ones unless they get them twice in a row. So you gotta re-roll that.
I forgot
Oh,
about my
man.
little thing there.
Ugh. Ruining all the fun. On an 8, you don't know what this is. It's some weird, like, you know, it's not natural. You know, this thing like made this display, but you don't know why. It's just weird.
I guess I would wander over to.
Does
Would
anybody
I do a
speak
check?
Druidic?
No, don't think so.
Yeah, do a check. I think. Let me see. What oath did you take? Did you do ancients? You did something else.
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did do ancients. Okay, I think that would be applicable. Let me check. I'll give you advantage on this, and you'd have to get a really good, like, nature check.
Okay.
Bug was just gonna like.
Which she doesn't have much in the way of intelligence, so probably won't be great.
That's pretty good. You do have advantage, so you can roll again. Maybe fish for a crit. No, first one was better. I'll give you a little bit, but you don't get the whole thing.
Okay.
Druidic is the language of the wilds. It's the rustle of leaves and the tweet of a bird and the buzzing of bees, and it's how nature communes, right? And arranged in front of you is a series of rocks and tiny twigs and moss and mud and pebbles. And again, it looks to be made to represent elves that are standing in a circle. There's this dried, flattened rose that's been smashed in the middle of the circle. And you can kind of hear it in the winds. It's this little whisper, and this is based on your oath only. You know this message is not meant for you, but you hear it anyway. It says, "Your people have moved on from these lands and onto the summer court, but they at least paid tribute, and you have not. The wilds know this, and they have taken their fee, the Orc of Songs." And then there's a little bit more, but you can't understand what it's trying to say.
So she would have no idea who this message was for then, just that it's a message.
You could do deductive reasoning. You could do like an intelligence check.
She's so good at intelligence, my gosh.
You could do insight too. Trust your
Okay.
gut.
The insight is...
You have no idea. You're looking at these elves and this nature magic, and it doesn't remind you of anybody.
It reminds me of somebody. Maya, why are you so stupid? Is it dangerous? Would we have any way of knowing that?
You don't think so.
Okay.
You can consult the resident arcanist.
From your from your knowledge of nature, you don't think it's dangerous, but that doesn't mean that it can't be magically dangerous. It doesn't mean it can't be, like, deceptively dangerous.
Do you notice anything magical about it? And so Maya would kind of relate to Bug, what she'd heard, and that it seems to be a message, but you know, she's not sure if it's dangerous or not. And ask Bug if she senses anything dangerous about it. She probably would have forgotten Shimmerwing was in the backpack. But she's still half awake.
So does Maya tell her that it's like elves and stuff?
Yeah. She'd tell her everything that Kuth just told me.
Oh, it's probably for Wild Child, I would assume.
Oh, that makes sense. Is it okay if we just leave it there?
Maybe Yeah, I can collect it all up and we can give it to her or something. I don't know. Actually,
Mm.
shake, 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 shake. She's shaking her bag. Shimmerwing,
Ah, ah, ah.
what do you reckon of all this weird little elf figurines?
Pokes head out.
Reckon it's probably for Wild Child. You reckon we should like collect it all up and give it to her when she wakes up?
I mean, I typically don't recommend if a hag is offering you something and not wanting something in return. It's usually bad.
Ah.
Or wanting something.
So we destroy it.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess, can Shimmerwing do an Arcana on it?
Yeah.
Let's guidance, since I don't have my trusty buddy here. Oh, okay, well. Fucking another 20.
All right. On a crit on your Arcana check. This does not have any like magical like curses. It doesn't have the power in its words. Instead, this is simply a message, and they wanted it to be delivered to someone specific. And you only have half of the message. Magic-wise, you think it's fine to touch. This is nature magic. This is a little more pure than what they typically work with, right? Which often they use nature magic for like rot and stuff too, and like infestation. But this is safe to touch. It's definitely a message for Wild Child. But you don't know what the other half is. Unless you speak Druidic, and then you get the whole thing.
Of which, I do not.
Or have a spell that lets you know languages.
Of which, I do not.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
Well, I'll double check. Nope.
Okay, well, I don't know why we'd want to take it with us. We could relay everything we see, and maybe she interpret it.
I mean, if it's not harmful, we could just leave it to the morning and let her have a look at it.
You do feel like if you mess with this, it'll destroy the message.
If you mess with it, it'll destroy the message. Whatever it
Okay.
is. Call it a hunch.
So the question would be, like, do you trust Mildew to be able to secretly hear this message and not be influenced by it?
Like, I don't think Maya knows her well enough to have to think of that, really.
Why would Hag want to relay that message, though?
I mean, hags never have good intentions, right? But maybe
Typically
if we
no.
knew what it said, we'd have insight into what the hags are up to.
Shimmerwing kind of shrugs.
I don't know.
You guys know Mildalary best, or Wild Child best. I'll let you decide. Now that she's ascertained it's not dangerous, she's gonna go and wrap herself up like a burrito.
I mean, like I say, maybe we either mess with it, or mess with it and remember everything we see here, and maybe describing it to her in detail would be really good.
Mm.
Like, because
I
you
don't
crit on
know.
that Arcana check, you know that it's not just what's displayed, it's also the location and the sound of the wind and the sound of, like, the waters, and everything is kind of communicating focused on this point. So it would be hard to replicate that and say the frogs were croaking at this pitch and this rhythm, right? So the last half of that message would be gone.
And, well, I don't know. It no magical. So, but I don't know. Heck, no good.
I don't know. Wildchild's been kind of losing it a bit lately. When she helped me on the rock there, she was really. I had to grab her by the neck and try to snap her out of it. She was. And, you know, there was a couple other times. I don't know. But she has a right to know if it's for her, so.
I guess.
Meanwhile, Shadowwing is off doing bomb disposal. So, just kind of scrolling up. Would the 23 have conveyed what would happen if the message were read out loud?
Yeah, you feel like this is just linguistics only.
Okay. So I know it won't blow up.
Right.
'Cause
It's
I'm-
not gonna. It's
I'm
not gonna
assuming
blow
it's-
up. It's not gonna put a spell on anybody. You're pretty certain that all this is writing, basically.
Okay.
And so the risk of it is, Wildchild hasn't been herself recently. She's been very confused, and it's kind of easy to confuse her. She thinks she's working for the Brigands one minute. She thinks she's working with Bavlorna recently, and now you have this message, presumably from Bavlorna, and it's a message that, as far as we're aware, only Juniper can decipher entirely. And so, do you trust these words to not influence her decisions?
Nope. Low would have been yes. High was nope.
Okay. What do you want to do?
So, do you
Yeah.
think we should just get rid of it? And, I mean, we got half a message.
I mean, that's kind of what I've wanted to do the whole time. And with further information, yeah, I think we just destroy it. Like, I wish I never knew that I had no shadow and was cursed. Just get rid of it.
Okay. I mean,
It could-
I feel like you
I-
know her best.
Yeah, I think it could make it go crazy. Just get rid of it.
Okay. Let's get rid of it then. I mean, I feel like we don't want anything that Hag give for free. They're always scheming, always plotting, always planning.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So with the nat 20, do I know how to dispose of it properly? Or is it just like
You can
kick
just
dirt
rub
on
your,
it, call
yeah,
it a
you
day?
can kick dirt on it if you want. Just disrupting it, shredding it a little bit. How much of the evidence do you want to hide from Mildeleary?
Well, if we're getting rid of it, we're getting rid of it. So
Oh my god.
Just getting rid of everybody's cool personal items and effects that they were given.
I mean, I wouldn't be doing it. This will be Bug doing it. Shimmerly's going back in the bag. Shimmerly's just like,
Yeah, probably get rid of it. So far, everything accounted for.
technically,
Oh
you got
man.
mine.
Because are you gonna tell her, hey, there was a message for you? Here's what most of it probably said, and we destroyed it because we didn't want you to hear the rest? Or are you just gonna not tell her?
I feel like we might just be like, there was a message for you. We couldn't decipher the rest of it. We got rid of it.
Okay.
That's what I imagine.
All right. Well, then it doesn't matter if you leave evidence behind if you're gonna be mostly upfront about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as far as, well, I mean, I'm not destroying it, but like, if Shimmerwing were left in charge to do it, then like anything hag related, he would just want he would want no trace of it, not to keep it from somebody, but because he wants to make sure, without the benefit of the doubt, whatever the intent of the hag putting it there is completely nullified. So yeah, the intent, it would be the intent
That's
for
what his
Shimmer.
bug do.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah, she. Ah, I hate this. I wish Juniper was here. But I don't know. Just thinking of what Bug would do, like she's seen Juniper, like, oh, not Juniper, Wild Child, you know, get pretty. I don't know the correct word to use, but lose the plot a little bit on a few occasions. So she just feels like that it would be more of a bad thing than it would be good. So that, yeah, she's gonna destroy it.
Okay. You destroy it. Do you get rid of all the evidence? Or just enough to just make it not be readable anymore?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope it made the right decision, Shimmerwing.
I mean, we never know if our decisions are right until later.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, and like I say, hags no give stuff without other intent.
Yeah.
And some people easier to influence than others.
Yeah.
And I hate all three of them.
Yep.
They try and kill me.
Yeah, one of them took my shadow. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I bet when if you get to them, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we have your shadow. Well, how about you give us something in return for the thing we took from you?" Because that's how they work, and it's usually something worse.
Yeah.
That's why we need to get Mom back. Also, did they put anything in hiccup pouches?
I don't know.
I know, take inventory of that one.
Yeah, probably should take a look, hey.
Yeah, just
Yes.
looking through like the saddlebags and pouches and stuff. Everything's in place. You're pretty confident you got all three of the messages.
Alright, let's get some sleep.
Yeah, it'd be a long day.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we watch out for Hammy. Hammy almost is bloodthirsty as other things I've seen.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I think Shimmer will actually probably take a moment and like scritch Hiccup behind the ear before going into Bug's bag.
Okay. Does anybody want to have a watch as we reattempt a long rest?
Shadowy eventually comes back, empty-handed.
Also, message buried.
Okay, everybody can take a long rest. We don't have to do shifts.
Oh,
We can
I was
fast
gonna have
forward to
Shadow.
morning. Oh, go ahead.
I could have Shadow do whatever. Just they don't sleep, so they don't really have anything else to do.
Yeah, that's true. So make sure you hit your long rest on your character sheet. Restore your spell slots and your hit points and your focus. And then the question kind of becomes, where do you go next? What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go?
Where do we go now?
How does Hammy long rest?
I just give him his last hit point.
I think.
Yep. So
So
you
we-
know that not too far away is the Brigand's Tollway, and the only way to get to Downfall is through the Brigand's Tollway or under it. You could try to barter for passage. You could try to sneak across. You could try to steal a boat. You also know Sir Talavar was captured by them recently because of some shenanigans that happened. And you do also have a map of all the O wells, including one that has a secret entrance into the Brigand's Tollway. That came from Elmer at the Slanty Tower a long time ago.
Yeah, I think only like Wild Child really knows the map though. Like she's studied it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's seen the map, but I think we still have it.
Yeah.
We haven't, but I just mean like she's the one that's studied like the map, you know.
Okay. And so where we want to go? I know, like, tollway, but if that only way to get to where we need to go.
And there's
Even-
definitely some hesitation.
Even you know that like there's a mist surrounding all of Downfall. It's very hard to see in Downfall itself. You've been there in passing. And so that mist would do to you what it did to Morgadella a long time ago. And so you wouldn't necessarily have to swim. You have a flight speed, so you could just kind of glide over the waters into Downfall, but you know that is like the only entrance.
Much hesitation from the fugitive.
Well, I go with whatever you guys want. Eh.
Nervous laugh.
Well, there's still, like, one thing that I want to do. Get into that prison. Or break into the prison.
That in Tollway?
Yeah.
I will say, you guys have been traveling with her, and she's been using the maps. Like, she may have been the one to discover it, but you guys can, as a resource, you can use that. You know there is a secret way into that prison. And then there's also, like, the obvious way into it, where you just walk through the front door. And it's two completely different obstacles.
So, what? So you want to do prison break in to find people, right?
Yeah. Well, that frog said something about some kids, right? And then also an alleged sister that I have, and that they might be in there, so I want to check it out.
Oh.
And I guess we
I mean-
could probably get Sir Telua too.
Do we have to? He probably fine.
And this is morning time, so like Maya and Violet, everybody would be awake and able to contribute to and hear everything.
Didn't we get a deal with that bunny man? If we had
did.
to go to
Yep,
that
a get out of
prison, he
jail
would
free
help?
card. Yep, yep.
Yeah. Should we find that bunny man? Might be
Wait a
time
minute.
to call that in.
Wait, so if we voluntarily get put in jail, then we've got to get out of jail free card, right?
How long though? Till we have to wait for him to let us out? Like, you need to know he's nearby, right?
I mean, if we sneak in, we don't have to get. Well, maybe. Yeah, we don't have to get caught. And if we sneak in and we don't get caught and we really good at sneaking, then maybe they not even know we there. But if we get put in jail, then they know we there.
Yeah.
And maybe they have shinies there. I know they take stuff.
That is true. Okay, so how do we sneak in there?
Through the secret passage? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? Easy peasy. We just sneak in, nothing go wrong. We learn stuff, maybe collect more stuff, and leave. Right? What perfectly best idea. don't even get caught.
Hmm. Okay, where's the secret passage then?
Rummage, rummage, rummage through bag.
According to map thingy,
What's calligrapher's tools do again? It doesn't say what it does specifically.
Calligraphy? Calligraphy's penmanship. Wait, no. Which one of them? One of them is map making and one of them is penmanship. Which one's which?
Calligraphy is penmanship.
Penmanship. Okay.
I
Okay.
learned it in graphic design.
Cartography was the one I was thinking.
Okay, so would it be cartography or calligraphy if I want to just
I
like
think Juniper's already
copy.
talked about this several times. Or I mean, Wild Child, Mildeleri. So it would be common knowledge within your group that it's like you are at near the closest well, and you know it acts as a sewer system as well, and that's why it connects to the big giant tree stump in the middle of the tollway. So it would just be a matter of emptying the well and then dropping down into the sewers and going underground. But
yep, super easy.
you'd have to get a horse down there or leave the horse behind.
Do you think there's any more of those ghosts in this well?
Mhm.
I guess we'll find out.
Maybe.
No idea.
Alright, so what's the decision?
Brain, no brain. Beefy brain.
Alright, let's go there. Well then.
Oh, by the way, Violet, that was a message for you, but it wasn't important. It was pretty stupid. It dumb.
A message for me.
Yep.
What?
Well, I
Oh.
mean, you were asleep. You seem to know want to get you know seem like you care much about it. So
Was it actually unimportant?
probably seemed.
Why are you bringing it up?
Just so you know how unimportant it was.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. It's not a far travel. You do leave like the lands. You pack up everything. Say goodbye to the moose snake and his chocolate frog, who now sits like on his antlers and keeps him company. Uh, you're returning back to swampy lands. You're getting back into the the waters are gonna rise and then dip and then rise and dip, and it doesn't take too long. Maybe 3 hours away, you come across this well, and this is in a low water position right now. According to the maps, well, actually, let's do a survival check. I didn't even do survival. Yeah, go ahead, do one anyway, and then maybe we'll do a random encounter instead. Why should I give you stuff for free? I tried to give you 3 things for free, and everybody was super suspicious about all of it. Okay, yeah. 14. You know that
What
this is the
am I
OL. Do it.
Oh, survival.
You do know from experience that you can use the decanter to pull all the water out of this well, and then you can drop in. Is that what you would like to do?
I think this is the one.
How are we gonna get the horse down there? Anybody have a shrinking spell?
We can't.
Mm.
Bug. This is sad. It's Hiccup. Yeah, Bug's gonna, like, pat Hiccup and, hey, I've got to go down the well now. You're not gonna be able to fit down there. Go find Tellamy Hill. They'll look after you.
Hiccup kind of moves their nose, their face to brush against you, and they take like a half a step forward, like they don't want to go.
No.
Oh. You can't fit down the well there, Hiccup. You have to go.
It just droops its head, like it does understand. Hiccup just doesn't agree with it.
Hmm. Man.
You feel
I'll
like
come find you later. How about that?
it.
You're my best friend, Hiccup.
They nod at that, and they understand. But they're gonna stay and watch.
Make sure you go find Tellamy Hill.
Pops its hoof like
I'll
one
give you-
time on the ground for an affirmation.
You get lots of pets at Tellamy Hill. I love you, Hiccup.
They nuzzle you like one last time, and then they're just very slowly kind of trotting, but then they turn around to watch. All right, sit down the well.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Think it's drained that well.
How late are we going tonight? I know
Not
Pidgey had
very.
to go to work. Okay. That's not. Do we want to wait till next week to go down the well, or do we want to go down now? I don't know.
I was thinking we could go down the well now, and then it'll end in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Just so I have a clear idea of where everything is going to be at.
Mm.
So,
Well, who has
the
yeah, that thing?
Yeah, I'll just assume that somebody has it and they're doing the thing.
All right.
So as you descend, you kind of it just looks pretty much like a bunch of stones and moss and rotted sewage water, right? It's disgusting swamp that you've been used to. You do need light sources because there's one person who doesn't have dark vision, and that's Maya.
Oh, she has a lantern. She can get out.
Okay. So you light up your lantern, and it's just big, long, circular corridors. You travel for probably half a mile, maybe a little longer, and you enter this chamber where the floor is submerged in 2 feet of thick black sludge. In front of you, there are 5 large flat stones that kind of float on top of the sludgy surface, and each one is carved with an image of a different swamp creature. One is a dragonfly, one is a frog, one is a snake, there was an alligator, and then the last one's a snail. What do you do?
So wait, sorry. The sludge. Is there 5 stones in a row, like the stepping stones, or are they? You have to pick a stone
They're
to step
circular.
on.
It's more like you could pick a stone. You could hop to anyone from anyone.
Oh, what do
And
you think, guys? Is it a riddle?
we could do perception checks, and then whoever
I
has
hate
the
riddles.
highest gets some extra.
Okay. You hear Maya muttering about how she hates riddles. I like them. She does not.
Wow,
Oof.
what a great
Pidgey
perception
has
check.
tears in her eyes.
Yeah, she's too sad about Hiccup.
Oh,
You know, telling me he'll love that horsey though.
Yeah.
These aren't great. Maya, you're the one that notices though. Um, you see a wall, and where there should be a door, you see kind of a door frame ish in the make, but it's it's a wall, right? But you know there should be a door there. And then there's a poem that's next to where this exit door should be. It's almost like it's like a massive stone slab, and it just has no handle, right? And next to this, scrawled in mud, plastered against the wall, it says, "To pass the gate, you must not lag, but mimic the speed of the great green bag. Fast to slow, the path is told. Step out of turn, and the bog takes hold." Since everybody can
so
read
she,
this, I will post this in the chat.
yeah, she just read it out loud. Mimic the speed of the great green bag. Great green bag. What is that? A frog? She stares at the frog stone. I hate riddles. Are any of you good at riddles?
Uh, well, it says fast to slow. So, do we go fastest to slowest animal?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I feel like snakes and alligators move at a similar pace in the water. Dragonfly is fastest, right? Probably.
Out of all of them?
Yeah, I think so. She's like scratching her head, doubting everything she knows.
Anybody wants to try a nature check? Maybe you, even if you don't know, maybe your character has some insight on this.
Sure. No, Maya. I think she has decent nature. Maybe not.
We could
We'll
also
see.
do an investigation check, and then 100% you're gonna have to make acrobatic checks to perfectly land on these like slabs, unless you have a flight speed.
I've got a -2 in both, but I'll try.
Nice.
I mean, I do have a flight speed.
You are unsure. But Shimmerwing isn't.
Mimic the speed.
Let's see.
of
So, since
the
I have time to
great-
think about things,
what is a
15.
question that you would want to know that a nature check would reveal, Shimmerwing?
So, based on it being a fast to slow, I get the feeling that a dragon flies pretty fast. So, nature-wise, the alligators kind of maybe they can be fast on land. They could also be fast in water. So I guess the question is, of the frog, the snake, and the alligator, which would be faster?
The alligator.
Because snakes can also be pretty fast underwater, depending on the snake.
Yeah, I had to Google all this stuff. And it led down a rabbit hole. But the alligator's definitely faster than the snake. Snake has a faster, like, potentially reflex, but this is you're talking speed, an alligator will outpace a snake.
That's
I
what I
think the
thought.
snake will outpace a frog. The snakes eat frogs.
But can
They
it
have to go
catch
to
a
hunt
frog?
them. Yeah.
So somewhere between frog and snake is the flip. I also have a flight speed, and we're trying to. So is it like stones that we have to cross to get across to this thing,
You're
or to the door?
unsure. Oh, to reach the door? Uh, no, I imagine you could, like, get around to the door without stepping on the stones, but there's no door there.
So we need to get to jump on to, because his fast is slow, we need to jump on the dragonfly stone first, yeah? Maya doesn't have a good history with jumping.
I think dragonfly, and then an alligator, and then either a frog or a snake, and then a snail. I guess I leave that to you guys.
Can she do
Really enjoys the
athletics
back.
Yeah, you could do
instead of
athletics.
Is a
Go ahead, Bug. I was
Really good
going.
jump. Where did you jump to?
To the dragonfly.
It lights up beneath you. And you feel like a little
Sweet.
pressure plate is pushed down.
What was Bug saying? Sorry, Pidgey.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, is a dragonfly really the fastest? Sorry, like, I don't know, I just feel like an alligator's the fastest, but that's just me.
You will see that
Well,
Maya has this red light illuminating from the floor up beneath her.
Is red good? I mean, I'm not in the bog. It said if I was wrong, I'd be in the bog. So, alligator next. We all have to make these jumps, right?
Maybe.
Well, I guess we can test it. Have Shadowwing go and land on the alligator.
The alligator lights up red beneath your weight.
Okay. So, snake or frog? Do we decide?
Uh, not sure.
I'm feeling snake is faster, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to get in this muddy water.
Those stones also lighten up red, and in my experience, red isn't a good color. But what's next then?
Snake? I think.
Okay.
So
So I guess Bug's gonna jump on the snake.
Yeah, do an acrobatics check, because this one is especially covered in, like, slippery black gunk. So this is like a balance check. Yep. You nail it. And you landed on the snake. That one is also red. And you can hear something turning in the walls, like there's clicking noises.
Yeah, I'm
Make a-
sure this is gonna be fine.
Make a perception check one more time, since you triggered this. And you just gotta get a 15. Oh,
just a casual 15.
just on a casual 15 or 16. You see that the top, like above you and near the walls where you're hearing these noises, there are grates, like vents, ventilation shafts.
Okay.
That's it.
So
So someone needs to jump on
wait,
the
so part of
fur?
the wall is moving and there's grates?
You can hear movement within the walls, and you can see grates up at the top near the ceiling. Like there's like
Nothing's
9 of them.
changing with the
Right, just the lights.
I hope this opens the door.
Oh, it's opening something.
Uh,
I can hear something in there too.
who's gonna jump on the Ferg?
I mean, do we have that? Can we? Do we have to stay on them?
I don't know. I'm afraid to move.
So you jumped on dragonfly, then alligator, then snake. What was the
Now
first
we need
one?
someone on the frog and someone on the snail.
What?
Actually, if it's a pressure plate,
Mhm.
let's have Shadow cast Mage Hand. See if that triggers it.
Didn't Bug jump on one?
Mm-hmm.
I
She's
think
on
Bug
the snake
jumped
one.
on. Yeah.
So that should be 4,
So
and there's just a 5th one left. Right?
wait,
No,
so we have
Maya's on dragonfly. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Scoop.
Dragonfly, Maya, Frog. No, we did Dragonfly. Ah, damn it. What was the order? So, Dragonfly, Maya, Alligator, Shimmer, and then Snake is the one we just did,
Mm.
and
Not
that
the
one's Bug.
yet.
Okay, Shadow Wing didn't do 1. Okay.
Well, sorry, Shadow. Shadow's the one on. Shimmer's still in Bug's bag, is what I'm
Okay,
getting
okay,
at.
yep, alright. So I was counting, because I was counting 2 of you, and I was like, we're on number 3 by my notes. But then I was like, but there's 4 of them. Okay, yep, I'm caught up. Dragonfly, alligator, snake.
And we're trying to Mage Hand Frog to see if the pressure plate properly activates, or if somebody has to jump on it.
It does not.
Well,
There was Hammy during our darkest hour. Save us, Hammy.
Hammy peeps up. He's like, "What?"
Shadowwing can do a hammy drop, like
Violet,
literally the only person in the party. Shimmer we
You
could
want to
pick
take
up.
a turn jumping?
Sure.
What are you jumping to?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I was
Sleep.
filing my unemployment thing.
Oh. All right. Well, there's 2 stones left. There's a frog and a snail.
And you
Okay.
probably saw Shadow try to like activate the frog one, but nothing happened.
And what is? What are? Okay.
Basically, we're
Hammy.
trying to get somebody to
Hammy
jump
will
on frog.
go jump on a frog because Hammy hate frog. Where's frog?
All right.
Try and rip an eye out of
It's in
the
your
stone.
imagination. All right. Let's see. Hammy definitely does not have the weight for this pressure plate. But
No.
we'll see if he dips into the terrible bog. That could be fun.
No.
But does the combined weight
No,
of a
he got a
hammy and a
25.
mage hand?
You could try it. Let's see. I'm gonna roll 1d20, and if it's an even number, then the combined weight works.
Nice.
Okay. Hammy and the mage hand hop on frog, and it lights up red. And there's one plate left, and you can hear gears turning somewhere. There's like creaking noises. Things that haven't moved in a long time seem to be kind of rumbling to life.
Oh, fast to slow. We gotta do the animals in order to how fast they are to slowest. So snails last.
Yeah. Is Shimmerwing awake? I might call the bug.
Huh?
Shimmerwing could get to the last one without any risk. Is he awake?
I don't know. Treasure keeper?
Huh? What?
Head pops out the bag.
We're doing a thing.
Oh,
I don't know
What do
how
you-
I feel about it though, but
is it
yeah.
taking shinies?
There could be
I don't
shinies
know.
behind that door.
Oh. Just kidding.
Sir
I know.
Shimmerwing, would you
Okay.
land on the snail, please? If you don't mind.
Yeah,
Oh.
4
Very
red
polite.
lights in a row.
I see
Yeah.
how it is.
5
Just because I put on an extra 30 pounds, everybody just assumes that I could be on a pressure plate. Fine.
Chonker flies over.
You land?
I'll land on the snail.
Alright. You feel rumbling beneath your feet, and then you watch as the door, like, opens up inward. And it gives you an exit.
Shit.
Huzzah! We have to jump off the rock?
Nah, I'll say, like, if you could make it onto the rocks, you can make it off, because it's easier to get off.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and we'll stop there. And we'll be in the middle of these tunnels next time we play.
Hey, we all jumped over
Yay.
something. Didn't fall in this time. That like never happens.
You guys had good rolls all night.
Hammy sure
I got-
did.
I got so many nat 20s I've ever
Hammy was
seen,
killing it.
and all on kind of information.
That was
Well,
something.
Good game tonight. Thanks,
Hey, sorry I
stream.
got so tired.